final score, Wrexham 3, Cardiff Met 0, and that was a huge result for us, a massively needed win. You know, Aberystwyth and Cardiff Met are looking to get isolated a bit down the bottom end of the table. The only point either of them has got is from a goalless draw between the two of them. A game played at Cardiff Met, but apparently Aberystwyth had the better of it. So, yeah, I mean, this was an issue because although you feel that we're well away from that sort of relegation scrap, we only had 3 points coming to this game anyway, and the gap was really building between us and the top four. We had to get a result, and we did. Very satisfying, a really strong performance as well, absolutely dominant. The one concern for me is, again, we should have scored a lot more, and we need to be getting more ruthless in front of goal if we're going to bounce back and get into that top four and start to give the big teams who are dropping points a hard time. Anyway, like I said, this was a very one-sided match in all honesty. It wasn't quite Llanystumdwy because, as I'll get to in a moment, Cardiff Met did have an outlet, but Wrexham were on it from the beginning, and straight away, can I just say, Lily Jones, wow. She was unbelievable in this game. Absolutely everywhere. Creating, threatening on goal. Absolutely magnificent. I mean, she's quite the player. We all know that already. But this, her best performance that I've seen, I think quite feasibly, it was magnificent. We opened up, we put them under a lot of pressure. Cardiff, a bit like Barry at the Town, were playing with the back five, and the wing backs weren't really getting up the pitch. They were creating a back five, and they were trying to dig in. Frankly, I thought they were a bit undernumbered in midfield as a result, and we just were putting pressure on them, forcing them back, and then winning the ball back immediately if the pressure passed. They had very few targets to aim at. Our first opportunity came quite early on, loads of pressure, the ball in and around their box, as it would be for the majority of the game, and it ended with Hughes trying to hit a shot from a bit of an angle just inside the box. It wasn't a promising angle, but it was worth having a go. She tried to sort of dip it just under the bar, couldn't get it to come down, but that started off one of a series of lengthy spells of domination in which chances were created, because a couple of minutes later he was Wrexham once more. Lily Jones winning the ball in midfield, feeding Idendon, who worked it back to her, and then she returned it again to Idendon. She's one-on-one with the keeper. She had to wait for the ball to drop though, and that gives Smith a chance to come tearing out and save well at her feet. Smith in the Cardiff goal is the other factor in us not getting more than 3 goals, because she was utterly magnificent. But the pressure is constant. The moment she releases the ball, Wrexham are snapping in once more and get the ball from Lightfoot intercepting on the left, feeding it in towards the D. It's very crowded in the D. Cardiff defending very centrally when they were stuck in the box, and they often got lots of bodies in the way. On this occasion, Lily Jones beautifully just checked out to send the defender the wrong way, and then drove in a shot which Smith was able to hold. Then Idendon, who was classy. I mean, Idendon is a lovely player to watch. She drops off from the front, and with back to goal, she's terrific. She's got all the turns, all the drag backs, and yeah, she is able to leave defenders for dead. On this occasion, a really nice move. Her beating a player, feeding in Rosie Hughes, just sweeps her quickly to the right. Cara Jones rips in an early chance, and Lily Jones, unmarked 6 yards out, just having to stretch for it, can't quite reach it, and the ball ricochets off her foot. She can't direct it towards goal, and yet we're still pushing on. Cara Jones with a really good tackle on the right hand side almost immediately, feeding it down the flank. Hughes is pulled out there, rips in the cross. Idendon is 7 yards out and can't make proper contact, and glances it across the face of goal and well wide. Within a minute or so, again, this time it's a corner, swept in. Fuller gets to a knockdown and drives it with power from about 8 yards out. Defender gets a good block on it. Then it's Lily Jones picking the ball up from Idendon, trying a dipping shot which goes over the bar before we get the breakthrough. And let me just point this out. All these chances I'm describing, good chances as well, many of them, lead up to the goal. in the 20th minute. All these chances are come in the first 20. It is just relentless attack against defence. And it's a lovely move that sets the goal up. Lily Jones fighting in midfield for it with Cairns. Jones's presence forces a mistake. Cairns latches onto it, drives forwards and finds Lightfoot on the flank. She works a lovely 1-2 with Rosie Hughes. Nice work, first touch, return ball. Lightfoot helps her on first time into the box. Lily Jones in a left channel running at goal. Rather than have a shot, which she could have done, flicks it on beautifully. A neat little touch. Perfect weight to Windon. And she has a straightforward finish at the far post. It's all Wrexham. But to be fair to Cardiff, Met, I know they're struggling this season and they're letting a lot of goals in. But they're defending doggedly, and they do have an outball in Shanahan. Shanahan's very quick, India Shanahan. On this occasion, mostly was playing on the right. They sort of played as split strikers, essentially. And she was getting frustrated because they were feeding a lot of service in her direction and weren't getting it right. But when they did get it right, she was a threat. She doesn't have the first chance, though. Niamh Duggan has the first, trying a long-range shot against Craven, which does dip quite late, but is always going over from distance. And then we are back in that groove of creating chance after chance. 3 come within the space of 2 minutes. Firstly, it's a short corner routine which gets half cleared. Gibbard feeds it into the box for Lily Jones, who turns it back to the edge of the area. Nat Clark, who scored a really nice goal last Sunday from that range, drills it well inside the right post. Great save by Smith, lunging across to just about get the fingertips on and push it around the post. From that corner, Gibbard sweeps it in. Idendon is there. Good chance again, close in. Doesn't get a good contact in the near post, and the keeper is able to take it fairly comfortably. And then a minute later, again, another corner. Gibbard on the left-hand side this time, swinging it in. It's a lovely little preconceived short corner. Lily Jones making a late run into that near post area, receiving it 8 yards out and squaring it on. And frustration for Rosie Hughes. If she gets the right contact on it, she scored. She's 6 yards out. She's having to get a half turn in, though. Maybe it's a fraction behind her, I don't know. But she gets under it and scoops it over the bar. Real opportunity. Chances keep coming, of course. Lily Jones making a nice little self-made volley from 25 yards. A looping affair which just skims the right post. Then another corner from Gibbard, carrying on with her excellent set-piece delivery from last season. Clark attacks it well, free header, but doesn't get enough on it and plants it just wide of the far post. Then, again, Lily Jones, Lightfoot feeding it inside to her. She's great first touch into the left channel. She looks to feed it round the keeper and curve it back in the post with her right foot, and it just doesn't quite come back enough. Smith beaten, the ball just skims past the far post. And then another chance. This is near the end of the half. Another run of big opportunities back to back. Idendon lifting the ball forwards. It's a lovely pass. It looks at first like Rosie Hughes has a chance to get there first and be one-on-one with the keeper. Jacimovic, the centre-back, lunges, manages to get a foot and trap the ball between her foot and the ground and stop its progress, but she's on the floor now and she can't do anything as the ball just trickles away, and Lily Jones runs onto it, drives a terrific, powerful first-time strike from the edge of the box. Another good save by Smith, who lunges down and pushes it away, but she pushes it straight to Lightfoot inside the box, and she has a great chance, only Houghton on the line to beat, but she slides it wide of the near post as she looks to slot it past her. Still we go on. Last minute of the half. I beg your pardon. It's the big chance for Cardiff Met. And this is Shanahan's pace being used. It's one of the rare chances they get to pass the ball out well, because we're penning them in and they're just knocking it back to us. But on this occasion, they escape nicely. Kilby feeding Grimm. And Grimm knocks a great ball over the top. Shanahan is one-on-one using her pace. She decides to go for a lob from about 30 yards out. And she gets hold of it right. And Craven, who's just inside her box, does ever so well to stretch and just get her fingertips to it and save. It's a smashing save by her. But we finish the half, pushing on, and in added time have 2 more significant attacks. Firstly, it's Lightfoot feeding the ball on towards the edge of the area where Hughes is able to turn and off balance, can't get the shot off, so she helps it on again towards the far post. Cara Jones racing onto it, a tight angle, but she can score from there. We've seen her do it. Drills it with power. Another good save by Smith, who's managed to get across the goal and just get enough of it to deflect it into the side netting. And that then leads to, I want to say it's a disallowed goal, I'm not totally sure it went in. The corner is played out of the box. Cairns just lofts it straight back in the goal mouth. Iddenden jumps with Smith. Now, Iddenden's considerably taller than the goalkeeper. The keeper goes to try and punch it, and they sort of arrive at the same time. I think it's sort of punched onto Iddenden's head. They're about a yard, 2 yards off the line here. The ball drops down. There's a huge scramble. You can't see where the ball is, and you assume it's in. There's some people behind the goal celebrating. There's also a crowd of bodies, Iddenden in there, defenders in there, and the ref blows for a free kick for Cardiff Met. I've looked back at it again and again. We only have the one camera angle. I can't see a foul in it, but I also can't see if the ball even went in or not. Players seem to be lying on the ball when the whistle went. I don't see it as a foul on the keeper though, so if that was given, we're unlucky. Because she's going up with a punch, she's not going with a catch, so you can't knock it out of her hands. And there was no great contact on her. But anyway, for whatever reason, it's disallowed, or it didn't go in anyway. Wrexham big in the second half, finding the Cardiff Met just keeping the ball a bit better, just looking a bit more structured in midfield, and they knock it around for a couple of minutes. But once we get our first chance, 4 minutes into the half, it goes back to the same pattern as last time. This time it's great play by Hughes to start the half off, sweeping a good ball to the right. Cara Jones probably should have shot. She's driving down the right channel. She scored so many goals from that position, and I understand why she backed herself totally. But she's unable to beat the keeper, and Cairns and Hughes are arriving at the far post and were probably the better options, as if I got the right to say that. Then there's a magical moment from Iddenden, getting the ball back to goal. Beautiful drag back, sends it at her marker, running in the other direction. And she sweeps out to the right-hand side. It's a bit overhit, and Cara Jones does brilliantly to keep it in. She's got to hit it first time, and she nails a good ball into the 6-yard box, just a slight bit behind Hughes, who has a defender marking her, who is goal side. So she tries a cute little opportunistic dink just to flick it over the marker and bring it down under the bar, and just gets a little too much on it, and it goes over. At the other end, we are utterly dominant, but it's only 1-0. And again, Shanahan is a threat and has a big chance again. Grimm, again, feeding the ball down the right channel for her. She's racing into the box, one-on-one with the keeper, Craven. Drives it powerfully from the edge of the area. And it's great keeping by Craven. Firstly, to save and push the ball back out. But Shanahan is very quick and manages to latch onto it first and is thinking she's going to tap it into an empty net. But fair play to Craven. She's hit the deck after the save, got back up, sprinted at that ball, makes herself big and forces Shanahan to shoot wide from inside the box with only the keeper to beat. Great goalkeeping by Craven. And then we should have put the game to bed a couple of minutes later. Lightfoot doing really well to break down the left and then find Lily Jones. She sweeps in across. Cairns in front of an open goal. Just can't quite make contact on it. Real moment of hope. And then the next minute, another big chance for Cairns. Picks the ball up well, drives at the defence, works a lovely 1-2 with Iddenden, one-on-one with the keeper, but she just collapses a bit as she hits it and puts it wide at the left post. I will say, though, we miss a lot of one-on-ones, but Smith's very good, very decisive at these one-on-ones. She comes tearing out, makes herself big, reduces the space between her and the striker really quickly. So I think we've got to give a lot of credit to the Cardiff Met goalkeeper, who was utterly outstanding on the day. But we keep making chances. 55th minute. Lightfoot feeding in across. Defender gets a touch to it, but it falls invitingly for Rosie Hughes just outside the 6-yard box. She hits it well. Really good block. Stops it. On-target shot. And then within a minute, we do have the second goal. But it all starts from a moment of threat from Cardiff Met. Again, from Shanahan, who breaks into the box and looks like she's going to get a shot off from a really promising position. But Clark does brilliantly to marshal her away and get a tackle in. The ball spins loose, and Shanahan again is quick enough to get to the loose ball and is still in a very threatening position. Clark just moves across with her and just takes the ball off her beautifully. Bobby Moore stuff, this is. Lovely play. So everyone's clapping that. but she hasn't got started yet. She then feeds a great ball to Hughes, who plays a perfect through ball. Idendon is one-on-one, and this time is able to draw the keeper and finish. And Wrexham, I beg your pardon, Idendon feeds it, and Hughes is one-on-one, not the right channel, beg your pardon. And it's classic Rosie Hughes. She draws her, and then she feeds her across her into the far bottom corner. Lovely stuff. Wrexham 2 up. And you feel, surely this is now over, and Wrexham do push on further and further. Oh, I forgot to say, Phoebe Davis came on as well at half-time, which is great to see, but more minutes for her. Wrexham then carve out another opportunity when Hughes does well to beat one player and then ride the tackle of another and square it to Idendon, who has a fantastic chance. Keeper comes tearing out, though, and makes a brilliant save. Another one-on-one save that she's made. Around the quarter of an hour to go mark, Wrexham make more changes. Katie Sharp comes on for Brooke Cairns, which allows Liv Fuller to come into midfield. And then Rebecca Pritchard and Ava Suckley come on, and they replace Mary Gibbard and Cara Jones. And Wrexham finish exceptionally strongly. Lots of good chances right at the end of the game, starting with the third goal in the 87th minute. Suckley really doing well, sweeping a fantastic switch out of Pritchard. She pulls the ball back in for Lily Jones, again marauding into the channel, and she drives a good shot. Good save by Smith, full stretch to her right, but it drops kindly to Fuller, and Fuller keeps her calm and side foots it in. Wrexham have the third goal. Fuller's got her first league goal for Wrexham, as Idendon did earlier. But the chances keep coming. 89th minute, Lily Jones with an absolute worldie of a pass. It's beautiful. She gets it in that right back position. She's got plenty of space. She takes her time. She looks up and she just pings a heck of a ball. Hughes is one-on-one. But again, Smith is exceptionally quick off the line. And as Hughes tries to hit it into the bottom left corner, Smith has narrowed the angle. Great reflexes, gets her hands to it and pushes it clear. At this point, Cardiff Met, their heads haven't gone down. Definitely not. I admired their grit, but they're tiring against Wrexham's superior fitness, and Wrexham are really looking like they're going to make a chance every time they get the ball. Fuller feeds Idendon again, the nice pass, the line a bit high. Idendon has a long time to think about what she's going to do with the keeper, and the keeper keeps herself stood up on this occasion. Idendon hits it with power, but it's too close, and another good save by Smith, who parries it away. Then it's Lily Jones feeding a good ball to the right, and Pritchard punches in a terrific cross into the edge of the 6-yard box. Hughes hits it well. Marker again has stayed with her, though, Jazimovic, and it hits her, drops loose, and she hits it again, and this is maybe the best save of the ball, because Hughes nails it from the edge of the 6-yard box, and the ball's just ricocheted and come back, and the keeper manages to keep shuffling across the goal, and with an outstretched left foot, just knock it around the post. Brilliant save. There's one more chance as well to open them up. Suckley with a good ball. Lily Jones driving in on the keeper one-on-one, drives it across her and just wide of the far post. And the final whistle goes 3-0. Should have been a heck of a lot more, and that's my one concern. That's a continuation of the pattern, isn't it, really, of us maybe not taking the chances that we should do. If we look at the performances, well, I mean, look, Lizzie Craven, again, you've got to be good to keep Del Morgan out of a team, and that was a really good clean sheet, 2 in a row now. And unlike, I beg about Morgan got last one, I beg your pardon, didn't she? But unlike that game last Sunday, Craven had to work for it, made a couple of very, very good saves. So great work by her. The centre-backs, well, we started off at the back with Fuller, Allen and Clark. Allen, again, driving play forwards, very controlled and was covering well to get across to watch Shanahan's pace. Fuller, again, strong in the first half and able to get forwards and join midfield, and then played the second half in midfield, and again, passing from higher up the pitch was really picking holes in Cardiff's defence when they stepped up. Clark, right now, this was a superb performance by Clark. Until today, that game, I was thinking, she's a midfielder who's had to fill in at centre-back. This was certainly her most sure-footed performance as a centre-back. She was excellent at the back, and then again you get that bonus of her passing is superb. She's a really good talker. I get to sort of get a feel of that really from the gantry, and yeah, she was terrific again. In midfield, Well, like I said, Lily Jones was outrageously good. She was absolutely everywhere all the time, a constant threat. She was in a more attacking position in midfield than we usually see her, and she was absolutely fabulous. I mean, huge credit to her. Player of the match, and as you'll see in a moment, there's a fair bit of competition for that, but she was superb. Gibbard, again, just constant hard work and availability, and there's another string of excellent corners too. And Brooke Cairns, yeah, carrying the ball forwards again, looking threatening. And she's had a good start to the season, I feel, and she's again just trying to get at sides, and her passing is quite crisp. It's pleasing to see. On the flanks, Cara Jones again, full of energy and fight, and was constantly winning the ball back in the Cardiff Met half in the first half. We'll be frustrated. She had a couple of chances. She wasn't able to get rid of them. Lightfoot won an awful lot. She had a great battle with Anna Houghton, the right back for Cardiff Met, and she was a good source of danger, putting passes into the box, was threatening. I thought Rosie Hughes and Abby Iddenden were terrific playing up front, often switching roles, one dropping deep, the other going on. Rosie Hughes, great stuff. I mean, scores a goal, was unlucky, foiled by the keeper, a couple of very good saves, she could have had more, and was very good when she dropped off, providing and setting opportunities up. I was really pleased to see that. Iddenden is class. I mean, a fantastic performance. You have to play as well as Lily Jones to stop me saying she's the player of the match. Like I said, her play back to goal is terrific. Her touch, oh, fantastic. A little more tentative in front of goal, and you just think, oh, if she can just get over that and start hitting shots with a bit more conviction, she's going to start bossing this league. She's a fine, fine player. I would like to say as well, before I get onto the subs, who also played substantial parts, the three players we brought in the summer, Craven, Clark and Iddenden, have slowly established themselves, and you can now see, I think, what they're bringing to the party. Craven's goalkeeping, his shot stopping is extremely good. Clark, as I said, has really started to show that solidity and comfort on the ball. And Iddenden up front, like I said, I'd like to see her being able to maybe finish a bit more confidently, but her quality of play in creating chances and finding space and those turns, oh, fantastic. It's exciting to see them blossoming and adding more to the team from last season. On the bench, he brought on the four outfield players. Phoebe Davis came on at half-time and was given the short straw, trying to handle Shanahan, and her pace early on did cause issues, but Davis is wily and sorted her out, and Stan was then doing her usual very solid work in the centre of defence, and Shanahan ended up getting switched across to the other side. Katie Sharp came on late on, didn't have much to do because we were dominant by then, but is always confident bringing the ball forwards. And then Ava Suckley coming on in a slightly deeper position than usual, was pinging the ball around and looking threatening. Fantastic switch for that third goal. And Rebecca Pritchard picking up where she left off at Llanystimdwy, just putting a succession of good crosses in. Hugely enjoyable game. Partly because Cardiff Met kept fighting, and all credit to them for that. But yeah, Wrexham had the quality, and my only complaint is we could have got a lot more. With a final score of Wrexham 3, Cardiff Met 0, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.